Here we are back again in the Experimental Aircraft Association Museum in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. I'm standing by a Huey that was primarily used for the Army as a gunship. The date is January 30th, 1968. I was home at my villa, and this was what they call Tet, or Chinese New Year. These celebrations were sparked by fireworks. In the past, in Vietnam, they did not allow the fireworks displays. But this year they relented and let everybody make fireworks. Now the fireworks they made were pretty deadly because they didn't have a regular fireworks factory. They just used powder from artillery shells and everything else. So the fireworks could be deadly and the fusing was dubious. But the celebration went on and people were enjoying themselves. Until late at night, I was in bed and still could hear the noise of fireworks outside. As it subsided, there was a rattle of small arms fire. Hey, this isn't part of the celebration. I got up and got out of bed, and two guys that lived in the same villa with me, we went up on the roof. And up there, we could see fire booming out towards the airport. And I know it was much worse at the military field outside of Saigon. They'd hit that very hard with rockets and artillery rounds. Their primary weapon at that time was a 122 millimeter rocket. And this was kind of an eerie thing, because once the rocket motor burned out, it tumbled and made a whoop, whoop, whoop sound until it crashed to the ground. And it wasn't an explosion, it was more of a crash. This was the beginning of the Tet Offensive. The Tet Offensive was, of course, done by the North Vietnamese and the Viet Cong. The air base out at the military side in Van Hoa got shelled, and most of their airplanes were destroyed. There was a lot destroyed out at the airport where we had our operation. But come 1 o'clock in the morning or so, I got a call on the radio. I'm going to have to come out to the airport and man that and supervise the moving of the airplanes. Finally, a bus came by, our crew bus, with an armed escort with it, and they took me out to the airport. Prior to leaving, a lot of the families that lived outside of Saigon, on the outskirts, came in and sought refuge in my place because it was much better situated as far as security. Once out at the airport, we went and moved all the airplanes around on the ramp so none of them were side by side, so that if one got hit, it wouldn't ignite the entire long flight line. This was quite a job. We spent quite a few hours moving the aircraft by hand so they were repositioned where they wouldn't blow up if one got hit. As this subsided, everybody went down to the crew lounge in the bottom floor, which was secure and had heavy concrete walls, and the sun began coming up. Well, we thought maybe it was over. No, it was far from being over. The offensive lasted several months after that, sporadically. Finally, they repulsed the people around the Saigon area, and we went back to normal operations, and I got to go home and see what happened there. Thank you.